Good morning, students. Welcome back after the PA1 examination. Hope you all have written properly the examination. Today onwards, we are going to start with the new lesson and the syllabus for your periodic test 2. So, everyone will be paying attention and listening to it. And while when you are watching the video, please keep your textbook along with you so that you can understand what we are teaching it. So the name of the lesson for us is combustion and flame. So the name itself, combustion, flame, everyone knows what will be there. Combustion is what actually the definition of combustion will be there. We are going to study in this lesson. So before we could start, we know that we will be using different kinds of fuel for various purposes at home. Like in industries, we will be using automobiles for running automobiles. So there are some of the fuels which we will be using at home, like we are having kerosene is there, then we will be having candle is there, then we will be having LPG is there, we will be having CNG is there, charcoal is there, wood is there, coal is there, cow dung is there. So all these are called as fuel. So what is fuel then? Fuel is nothing but a substance which on burning it will be giving us heat and light. We call it as a fuel. A combustible substance which on burning gives us heat and light, we call it as a flame. We call it as fuel. So now when we are burning, everyone knows about the burning of a candle. What will be the difference between burning of a candle and burning of a coal? What difference will you see there? Like burning of a candle will be very easy. We will be taking a single matchstick, and with that matchstick we can able to lit the candle. But can you lit the coal with the help of a matchstick? No, it is not possible for us to lit a coal with the help of a matchstick. So it requires different method for it to get burned. Means we have to have some of the wood, and in that wood we have to put this coal, and then it will start burning. It will not be a what we can say fast process. It will be a very slow process for a coal to get burned. So in this lesson we are going to study about the chemical process of burning and the types of flame producing during this process. Clear? So now the first one is about the combustion. What is combustion? So the chemical process in which the substance react with oxygen to produce heat is called as combustion. What we will be calling as combustion. Combustion is nothing but when a chemical process is taking place and a substance react with oxygen to produce heat, we call it as combustion. Means burning of substance in presence of oxygen in air producing heat and light. In short, we can say as burning of substance in the presence of oxygen in air producing heat and light, we call it as a combustion. The light which is given off during the combustion could be in the form of flame or glow. Means there are two, like as you can see in the picture, one is like a flame, other is just like it is glowing it. So there are two forms of light which we will be getting it, and the substance which burns is known as a combustible substance, or it is called as a fuel. Means a substance which undergoes combustion is called as a combustible substance. It is also called as fuel. Sometimes light is also produced during combustion either as a flame or a glow. But air is necessary for combustion. Without air, combustion is not going to take place. Then we will be having two types of substance: combustible substance and non-combustible substance. So substance we can be able to classify into two groups as combustible substance and non-combustible substance. So a combustible substance, like in this picture you can see, a combustible substance is like wood, coal, charcoal, kerosene, petrol, diesel, liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, compressed natural gas. All these are the combustible substance for us. In this combustible substance we will be getting it, and so these all we call it as a combustible substance. Non-combustible and combustible substance, the substance which can be burned are known as combustible substance. For example, like wood, paper, cloth, petrol, diesel, cooking gas, LPG, CNG, cow dung cake, straw, dry grass. All these are called as a combustible substance. And the combustible substance which are used as a source of energy is known as fuel, like example petrol, diesel, LPG, etc. Then non-combustible substance are the substance which cannot be burned are known as non-combustible substance. For example, stone, glass, bricks, cement, soil, etc. are called as non-combustible substance. So now, based upon the explanation of combustible and non-combustible substance, in your textbook activity number 6.1 is given. There is given as collect some materials like straw, matchstick, kerosene, oil, paper, nail, iron nails, stone, pieces of glass, etc. under the supervision of your parents. Now, as you are with your parents, under your supervision of your parents, try to burn each of these material one by one. If combustion takes place, mark the material as combustible, otherwise mark it as non-combustible. And you have to fill your table number 6.1, wherein you will be differentiating between combustible and non-combustible substance. So material given for you is wood, paper, nail, kerosene, oil, stone, pieces of straw, charcoal, mastic and glass. So after completing this exercise, you will be clicking the photograph of that activity and you will be sending it to me on my mail ID. Clear? This activity you have to complete at home, and there are some questions given below it. Can you name some more substance which are combustible? You add into your table 6.1, means what other than this you know you have to add, and you have to prepare a table and then you have to give it. Then understood the combustible and non-combustible substance. So now we are going to study about under what condition this combustion is going to take place. So for getting understand for a combustion to take place, that is your activity number 6.2 of your textbook. There it is given as we have to take 3 candles. These activities you are going to do, and whatever your observations are there, you are going to send it to me. You have to fix a lighted candle on a table, put a glass chimney over the candle and rest it or for a few wooden blocks in such a way that air can enter the chimney. So in one, as you can see in the first one, we are allowing 2 wooden sticks we have kept, and then we have kept the glass tower which is working as a chimney. Say in the second case, we are taking it as no open glass, we are taking it. In the third one, we are putting it in the one lid over it. Observe what happens to the flame. Now remove the blocks and let the chimney rest on the table, as you can see in this B. Again observe the flame. Finally put the glass over the chimney in the figure 6.6. Watch the flame again. What happens in the 3 cases? Does the flame flicker off? Flicker means just it will be moving it. Does it flickers and give a smoke? Does it burn unaffectedly? Can you infer anything all about from the role played by the air in this process of burning? So you will be performing this activity at home in presence of your parent, and you will be writing all the answers for the questions which are given here. Does the flame flicker off? Does it flicker and give smokes? Does it burn unaffectedly? What is your conclusion about this activity? You have to perform the activity and you have to answer these questions, and you have to mail it to me. Your activity number 6.1 and 6.2. In 6.2 you will be taking 1 candle itself, 1 candle and 1 chimney you will be taking it, and 2 wooden blocks you will be taking it. In the first case you will be lighting a candle and you will be placing it over these wooden blocks. You can see what is happening to the candle. In the second case you will be removing that one, the wooden box, and then you will be observing what happens to the candle. In the third one you will be putting a lid over it and you will be observing to these questions, and what happens you have to explain and write and submit it to me as a part of homework for you today. Clear? Then we will be studying about the, so this, from this activity tomorrow we will be discussing it, what is necessary for doing this, necessary for the combustion. The second one is about the ignition temperature. Ignition temperature is nothing but the minimum temperature at which the substance catch fire and burns. It is called its ignition temperature. Means for a substance to be burned, we require that it should be having some minimum temperature. Like when we have seen about a candle is there, matchstick is there. Matchstick, when we are just flickering it over the matchbox, just rubbing it, within a second it catches fire. Means that was the minimum temperature required for a matchstick to burn. So that we call it as its ignition temperature. That is why when we have started a lesson, when I have asked you a question about a candle can burn easily but a coal cannot be burned easily, it is because of this ignition temperature only. The ignition temperature of candle is very less and for a coal is very high. So it has to come to that ignition temperature. To bring that coal to that ignition temperature, we have to use a supporter. With the help of wood, we have to make this coal to come to its ignition temperature, and that once it had come to that ignition temperature, it will catch the fire and that coal will start burning it. So a substance which will not catch fire and burn its temperature is lower than the ignition temperature. If it is less than that material's temperature, ignition temperature, it is not going to burn. Example, like ignition temperature for kerosene is less than that of the temperature of wood. Kerosene within a second it will take, but wood it will take time. Substance which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substance. Like example, petrol, alcohol, LPG, CNG, etc. Means their ignition temperature is very low ignition temperature they will be having it. Clear? Understood? So this activity, two activity, you will be completing it and submitting it to me. That is activity number 6.1 and activity number 6.2. You will be completing it, and whatever questions are given in activity number 6.2, that you will be submitting it to me. Then we will be seeing about the conditions necessary for combustion. One we have seen, we require oxygen for burning it. Then we have seen ignition temperature, and third you will be giving it to me after completing the activity number 6.2. Clear? This is all about for you today. We will be meeting it in the next class. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.